It's August the 22nd. We're going to do a quick reading. We're going to start with a scripture card. It's a you, them, and us reading. We'll do one card of the celestial deck and one of the biblical tarot deck. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Maybe both of you have been working really hard lately, and who knows what happened in the background that you're having to fix or deal with or do. And everybody is under a heavy burden at this time. Oh, we had a volunteer. He that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Hebrews 11:6. This is, in general, a really important verse. You have to believe that he is, and that he's going to reward you for diligently seeking him out. So in your tiredness and in your heavy labor, it's important for you. In my mind, it's always like believe, like the song, the Peter Pan song. I won't sing it, but you really have to believe in your heart of hearts that the reward is coming because you are seeking him, and that he is your rest when you seek him out. And it's the opposite of the way you feel before church on Sunday morning. That's the opposite of the way you feel. The way you feel as a person is like, but do I have to get up today? Do I have to do this today? It's the opposite, but you're going to be rewarded for diligently seeking him, and it's actually going to give you rest, and not the way it sometimes feels on early Sunday morning. These are a pre-shuffle deck. You do one card for you, one card for them, and one card for us. Your partner may not be somebody that sits through tarot readings. So for you, we have the Three of Candles, the call of Abram. Genesis 12:1. The Lord said to Abram, go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land that I will show you. Are you weary because you have felt a call to begin something? And a lot of times that is hard to get everybody on board. If you felt a call, you're moving forward on something, you're taking action. I could give examples. And everybody else is like, but this is changing this and this and this in our lives. This is not, it's not always met with, so it seems like maybe that there's something here that's worthy of doing, and it is a call from God that involves your life. And maybe everybody's still tired from work anyway. Maybe everybody's still tired from work anyway, and they're reasonably asking, where's the energy going to come from to do this thing that you've been asked to do? Like, where's the time supposed to come from? The Lord had said to Abram, go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land that I will show you. This is embarking into something new. It's a new path. It's divine and it's blessed, but it's also new, and it's also not knowing where that sun in the card. I should have shown you the card already. The sun in the card is a far away. It's a long road. It looks very barren. So that maybe, Abram heard that call. However, he heard it, and the other people didn't. So how hard is that to make that leap from, well, Abram said we're doing this. This is sort of crazy. So, like somebody maybe decided to become a missionary. Maybe you feel called to be a missionary, or you feel called to, do some further training regarding spirituality, or do this or do that. And the other people around you might not feel called to as well. They're like, I don't want to ride that bus. Sometimes that does happen. And then on the other hand, they may be ready to go with you, but they may just be tired. They may just be working really hard, and it's maybe a big ask. And it may require a whole lot of true belief that God is to muster up the strength to be able to do it. And under them, we have the hermit. So they're not being very talkative about this right now. They're not really wanting to discuss it right now. They've kind of pulled into themselves and are taking a step back to take some kind of a measure of what is available. Time, money, strength, awake and asleep, tiredness. They are likely stepping back to look at this thing. So it looks like there's simply, and this is John the Baptist, um, who took to the wilderness, you know. So this is kind of removing yourself away from things a little bit enough to kind of look at your life, survey, see where you are, what do you need to do next, and being quiet and not really communicating very much, communing with nature maybe, going fishing, going hiking, wanting to be by themselves, wanting to go to the gym and just zone out, things like that. That may just mean a period time of thought where they just really have to think about it. So that's a 9. We've got 2 9s here. All right, I'm gonna go and check a couple of things. We have the 9 of feathers under us. Peter denies Jesus. Then Peter remembered the word Jesus had spoken before the rooster crows. You will disown me 3 times. And he went outside and he wept bitterly. I think that that these come together. These come together as a warning. I'm sorry about that, y'all. But those come together as a warning. Um, the possibility is to deny the call that you've received and to weep bitterly over the fact that you denied that call and you did not believe diligently. And yeah, this is a rather solemn reading. But the counsel would be to take it as a warning that we have free will, and when we can see these problems and these issues we have to make decisions about from a more tangible point of view that's laid out right here, it gives you a different perspective of something that you might miss, like your daily life, your daily just humdrum, and you blow it off. But this is a kindness. This is a kindness to say, don't weep bitterly later. Like, don't make this mistake. Don't pass it up. But to me, in my heart, though, also this feels like simply that this person's just pulling back think to think about what's available and how to do it and the way that this could be made possible. To me, it doesn't seem like pulling out. And I mean, you can't, there's free will. Everybody does. And what somebody might want to do today, they might want to do tomorrow. So it's going to change by the second what choice they may make. And you are you, and this person is this person, and our entity will end up where it ends up. The call is to believe and not to cause yourself to be in a 9 of feathers, because there's always time to get to where we need to be, time to amend. Now, there's not always time for every single project. This thing may be time specific, that the call that you've had may be time specific. And then I suppose then, spiritually speaking, you would have to then decide for yourself alone, then what you wanted to do about it. There's the U card there. I wanted to just do one more from the Celestial deck and see what more information that we can glean. Them is not wanting to come out. not wanting to come forth because they're in hermits and they're not wanting to come forth. It's, no. Look at that. Not gonna let it out. Alright. And then us. We have the Eight of Candles under the deck. And this indicates that this situation, whatever it is, there's an underlying motion underneath it that's pushing forward rapidly. Events are happening. There's also divine guidance and communication and knowledge is flowing to likely you with the call of Abram here. And then your Eight of Wands, you've got a really active energy with the Eight of Wands. Busyness and a strong sense of action and movement. So these cards came out exactly together and the same, and they're your cards. An active and energetic time. It's the time of the calling that you see in Abram. You may be traveling or considering moving, something major like that. And sometimes something lucky will happen out of the blue. And that your hard work has attracted this opportunity. So if what you've felt called to is also something you've worked for a long time, and say you received an opportunity in another town and it's really important to you, your partner, with the, we got the Nine of Cups like this. It did go sideways, but when they're to the left, um, you can turn them upright. If it was to the right, it would have gone downward. So we have the Nine of Cups as being a person that is very attendant to details, that pays attention to your feelings, to, it's the Nine of Cups is the whole package of love and follow through. um it, with these together, it looks like it will be offered, the follow through will be offered at some point when the hermit is through with his processing and working through, that this person applied to the situation indeed would lead to perfection in the situation, as it will fill in the round of things that are needed to do what you're being asked to do. So it's a person that's sensitive, friendly, and fond of the questioner. So very fond of you, maybe creative and idealistic, new opportunities that will soon arrive. So that's really good. And along with that, under the deck, the celestial deck, we have the Fool, which is the beginning of new opportunities. So that could be an indication of where the energy's headed right now, of that the Hermit is also a nine of cups and just needs to work through this situation, and is will end up embarking upon a new journey with you. And then this was really interesting. And also, if you've had a new opportunity somewhere or something that's going to take you away from home, this person or you guys may have something that you share in common. If it's a group, your parents, family members, something that you're going to have to lose or give up to do this. And that may be what the hermit is processing through at this time, because that loving person in the Nine of Cups is going to have a lot of friends and family and a lot of loved ones. And they're going to have a lot to lose. They may really love their job. If it's work related, it feels work related. Um, it feels work related. So there may be a need to allow time and also diligent seeking, go to church and be filled. There may need to be time for this person to work through this sense of loss in their own minds, that they're having to give up things. These are cards of regret, and loss. So not only is it a warning not to end up in regret by making the wrong decision, or the decision that's not the one that is divinely meant for you, but also to allow a little bit of time for healing of the loss that you're gonna have to I go through sometime when you're not with your family when you usually are, or something like that. You may have to give up to take on this opportunity. You may feel incredibly called, like it's just, I know in my heart we have to. And there still may be time for grief that needs to be allowed. It may need to be spoken, it may need to be talked about and felt and experienced together, so it's not more suffering for one person than for the other, or so that the support is felt between two people. We're gonna pull one more Bible card just to put a bow on it. I'm gonna wrap it up. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me, and I give unto them eternal life. John 10:27-28. It seems like with the call of Abram, you've heard the voice, and you knew who the voice was, and you're following. So keep believing in a divine plan that's going to work this out, and be patient, because this one right here, this card, means that you've got to use a little bit of patience. You may have to slow your roll a little bit. You may have to just put on brakes a little bit, and let the hermit work out. Let him sit for a minute. Let her sit for a minute on this thing. You want me to do what? You want me to go where? Let them sit for a minute, because you just got to slow your roll and wait, so that they can have time maybe to calm themselves down, because you can't hear the voice when there's a bunch of background chitter chatter crazy in the back of your head about changing schools, or things like that. It's hard to hear. So you got to give it time, let them be able to hear again, let that gunk get out, let it work its way out through, let them think about it, and then I believe then you have a Nine of Cups who's ready to come forward, um with what they have to offer, which is a good dose of everything that's dependable and kind and good, and the person that's got the follow through and the longevity, and once they commit themselves to it, they are committed. So and that's why you think they should be doing this with you, because you believe that about them. So that person's coming. Give them a minute, and this be a warning, advice, kind advice to acknowledge your grief is what I see. I hope this helped today. See you guys next time.